For many women, they get to menopause, they start gaining weight, and it's like, oh crap, because none of the methods they've used for losing weight in the past are working. In fact, every diet, every method of losing weight they try fails. Well, in today's video, we're going to look at the 7 big reasons and 2 bonus reasons why diets fail, especially during menopause, so you can avoid them, because any one of these is enough to stop your weight loss in its tracks. So stay tuned. Hi, I'm Dana LaVoie, acupuncturist, tonic herbalist, and founder of Menopause Basics. And I want you to look at these statistics with me because they are not encouraging and because understanding them can help you avoid becoming part of them. Weight loss hypnotherapist Marissa Peer says 98% of diets fail. Dr. Mark Hyman says the average person gains 11 pounds for every diet they go on. And Dr. Josh Axe says 98% of people who do lose weight on a diet gain it back within 5 years, and 90% of the people gain back more than they lost. Why? Why is it like this for so many women, especially during menopause? Does it have to be like this? No, it does not. This video is part 1 of a 4-part series I'm doing to look at why diets fail and then how to find diets that work, that actually work during menopause. I'll show you how to lose weight and keep it off against just about any odds. And there's even some info in here on how to help overcome a genetic predisposition to being overweight. So here's the big picture. If something's not working, don't keep doing it the same way. Try something different. We keep thinking weight loss is an equation that goes like this: calories we eat versus calories we burn in exercise. And the truth is, that is a myth, and it often leads to frustration and yo-yo dieting, both of which are unhealthy. So let's look at what gets in the way of weight loss. Well, here's what the experts say about why diets fail. The number 1 reason experts cite over and over is that you're not eating enough. I know it sounds crazy, but if you eat too little, it can actually prevent weight loss. Let's look at why so many experts seem to agree on this. Dr. Aviva Romm says when you don't eat enough, you're not feeding your brain because your brain's fuel comes entirely from food. And if there's not enough food, the brain says, red alert. And when the brain goes on red alert, a big chain reaction starts to happen. Here's how it goes. You feel shaky, irritable, unable to focus, and may even have cold sweats. You'll likely have mad cravings for sugar, which is your brain screaming, feed me now. And that's the first stage, but it goes on and it has more long-term effects. You see, when your brain is on red alert, it thinks that you're in an emergency, so it goes into starvation mode and it sends out messages for your body to make more cortisol, and to tell every cell in your body to store fat and to store every extra calorie that it can. And if that wasn't enough, your brain actually makes sugar and refined carbohydrates taste extra good to you. It's like your brain is hitting the binge button, doing everything it can to overcome your willpower. So it's like you really can't eat just one because cortisol can override willpower. But there's even more. Your brain also tells your body to turn down the thermostat, which means lowering your thyroid, which means burning less calories, gaining weight, feeling tired, and losing some of your hair probably too. And there's more. The kind of fat that you store in this situation is belly fat. And the belly fat itself is a kind of fat that produces hormones, and those hormones make it harder for you to ever feel full, so you eat more and then you gain even more weight. And the belly fat also produces chemicals that cause inflammation, depression, and chronic disease. And the cortisol that's now running through your body is making it harder to sleep. And if you don't get enough sleep, you're going to gain on average 5 pounds. So you can start to see why not eating enough, which puts your brain on red alert and your body into starvation mode, as some call it, is a big reason why so many diets fail. Dietitian Cassie says the same thing. She says, once you're on a healthy whole food eating plan, if you're not losing weight, wait 6 months before decreasing your portion size, because it can take that long for your metabolism to recover from being deprived. Dr. Josh Axe definitely agrees too. He says dieting can make you fat because if you eat too little, too few calories, or you don't eat often enough, your body goes into starvation mode. It's that same red alert. And the way he describes it is your brain is wired to know you need to eat regularly to survive. So eating too little or going too many hours without eating during the day triggers all kinds of alarms in the brain, lowering metabolism, turning on the drive and desire to eat in a big way. On NPR, scientists say the brain is hardwired to want food to survive. So eating too little, which is deprivation, backfires. The Huffington Post says eating too little, you become hungry a lot, which causes you to rebel, or really causes your brain to rebel. So yes, all the experts agree the number one reason diets fail is reducing your calories too much or eating too small of an amount or too seldom, not eating often enough. This can really backfire in terms of weight loss by increasing appetite and cravings and decreasing metabolism. Okay, moving on. The number two reasons diets fail. You're eating a low-fat diet. It turns out that losing weight is much easier if you're eating enough healthy fat. And not eating enough healthy fat is one of the biggest reasons diets fail. Dietitian Cassie says eating too little fat, it's one of her top 3 reasons diets fail. And she says eating healthy fat helps you feel full, helps get rid of cravings for sugar and carbs, and that fat is your friend, especially if you're trying to lose weight. She recommends at least 10 grams of fat at each meal and snack. Dr. Mark Hyman says studies show tweaking your diet so you're eating more fat and less carbs with the same total number of calories per day can increase your metabolism by 300 calories a day. That's like running for an hour a day without even moving. So that just from doing that and increasing your metabolism in that way, you would lose a pound every 11 days. So this is a big deal. So far we've seen the number one reason that diets fail is eating too little, and number 2, not eating enough fat. Number 3, not getting enough sleep. Sleep controls hormones that control your appetite and your metabolism, not to mention immunity. You really want all 3 of these working in your favor if you want to lose weight, and it all starts and ends with sleep. Pop Sugar says getting enough sleep helps you eat less because it changes the level of the hunger regulating hormone leptin, so you know when you're full, and it affects another hormone, ghrelin, which stimulates appetite. It reduces belly fat, and it may even suppress fat genes. So researchers believe that women who slept less than 7 hours a night or more than 9 hours a night were more affected by a genetic predisposition to be overweight. So you can actually help your body overcome your genes by getting enough sleep. They also say sleep gives you energy, which means you're more likely to exercise, which can get you on a healthy cycle. And the number 4 reasons why diets fail, you're not eating at the right times. Now this is closely related to number 1, not eating enough, but it's so important I'm mentioning it here as well. It basically means skipping meals, especially breakfast, or going too many hours during the day without eating makes your brain feel like you might be starving, and it sets off everything we talked about in number 1. So to avoid starvation mode, it's not just about eating enough total calories over the course of the day, it's about eating often enough throughout the day. Moving on to number 5, the number 5 reasons why diets fail. You have a food sensitivity or allergy causing inflammation. If you're eating foods you're sensitive to, dietitian Cassie says an inflammatory reaction takes place in your body, and your body is not going to lose weight while this is happening. We're going to talk about this more later and about what you can do about it, because it can be a total game changer for some women. Number 6 reasons why diets fail during menopause especially, your gut ecosystem is in bad shape. This means having bad bugs in your gut instead of good ones. And if you're not familiar with this idea, you have a lot of microorganisms that live in your intestines. If you have the right ones, they help you digest your food, they're part of your immune system, and they help your brain function well. But if a lot of the good ones die, like if you took antibiotics and it killed a lot of them, it's likely that a lot of the bad organisms are going to take their place. And when you have too many of the bad organisms living in your gut, it can trigger inflammation, and it can affect how your food is broken down and absorbed. And these can easily cause menopausal weight gain and cause your diet to fail, no matter how good it is. So bad bugs in your gut is number 6. And of course, later in this series, we're going to talk about what you can do about it. Reason number 7. Reason number 7 diets fail, especially during menopause, you're toxic. This means you have an overload of toxins in your body from things like pesticides, household cleaners, makeup, pollution, heavy metals, things like that. And they can work in the body as what's actually called obesogens, making you gain weight or become obese almost no matter what you do or don't eat. So we're going to talk about how to get rid of those. Those were the 7 big reasons why experts say diets fail. And as you can see, this is actually really good news, because nothing we've said here implies that you need to eat less or diet more strictly to lose weight. You just have to be smart and strategic. And it starts right here with understanding what not to do. And while those were the 7 big reasons the experts talk about, I have 2 more bonus reasons that I feel are really important, that in my clinical practice I see making a big difference for women who are trying to lose weight, especially during menopause. The first bonus reason is you don't have the right attitude. So if you're thinking willpower, deprivation, or that being really strict, or that having total control over your diet is the way to lose weight, you are setting yourself up for failure in the long run. In part 2 of this series, we're going to be talking about how losing weight is more of a lifestyle than a diet, and that's going to help you with this. The second bonus reason is the number 1 biggest weight loss secret from Oriental medicine, because I'm an acupuncturist, so here it is. Don't eat too much cold, raw, or frozen food. It puts out your digestive fire and causes weight gain, especially around the middle. When I have someone come to me, and this is so common, and they say, all I eat is salad and yogurt and frozen smoothies, and I cannot lose a weight. It's so healthy. I can't lose a single pound. I don't know why. And I'm like, okay, alarm bells are going off in my head. I know exactly what they have to do, because everything they're eating is raw, cold, and frozen, and it's just shutting off the metabolism switch. So we need to turn that switch back on by warming up their food, and often the weight just melts off. So those are the reasons why diets fail, especially during menopause. You want to understand these. You want to know what they are so that you can avoid these pitfalls and do something different. At least try something different. So be sure to tune in for parts 2, 3, and 4 of this series, where we'll talk about how losing weight is really a lifestyle, how it can be delicious and satisfying, how if you work with your brain chemistry and your hormones and metabolism, the pounds can melt off without any feelings of deprivation or a lot of hunger. All right, so that was a lot of information, but luckily I have gone and summed it all up in a handy free download you can go grab right now and stick on your fridge. Just click on the screen of this video if you're on YouTube, or in the link which I have put right in the notes right below this video, to see how to download your free guide right now to help you avoid all the reasons why diets fail, and to learn how to lose weight and keep it off forever during menopause and beyond. I'm Dana LaVoie, acupuncturist, tonic herbalist, and founder of Menopause Basics. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon.